Well, I am here with one of the best people I know today. Her name is Patrice Sheppard. She came over to interview me, why a cancer policy. And the cool thing is about our meeting, we just met this year,
Yes.
right? And so there's a couple of questions that I have for her. This is when the interviewee gets to be the interviewer, right? And so, years ago, designing a cancer plan, the passion was always there because the purpose was there. When you have people in your life diagnosed with cancer, it's a scary time because we always equate cancer to death. But y'all, every day it gets better and better, people that are beating cancer. And the cool thing is, I'm speaking with one of those brave survivors today, here in Pinktober. We're both wearing pink. Wear pink for all those people in your life. We used to say women, but Patrice, we're finding out more and more that men are being diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate. I watched a documentary the other day and it broke my heart watching this man tell the story of how he had been diagnosed with breast cancer. But he said the thing that got him over that hump was that it was him. It wasn't his wife or his daughter or his sister or his mother. And that made me think, while we were sitting here doing our interview, I have some questions for you today.
Okay.
So obviously you've taken the cancer plan and you have literally said, everybody needs this cancer plan.
Absolutely.
When you got diagnosed, what was the first thing that went through your mind? Was it more about you? I know you have a son, right? Was it about your son? Was it about a little bit of everything? Can you just share with us from that perspective?
Well, when I first got diagnosed, I was 43. And so being 43, that's the last thing that you're thinking about is a cancer diagnosis, right? And so the first kind of things that ran through my head was, if I died, what's going to happen with my son? He was 16 years old at the time. 16.
That
What's
hurts
going to
mama's heart.
What's going to happen with my son? Who's going to take care of him? And then once I moved past, okay, I'm not going to die. Then it was, well, how are we going to survive? What's going to happen now? I'm going to have to stop work. How am I going to, I'm the breadwinner, I'm a single mom. How am I going to provide for my family, for my son, for us to live the same quality of life that we're living?
Right.
So those are the things that immediately go through your mind after you get past the shock of actually just being diagnosed.
So I know that you were prepared with a life insurance type product. You're an insurance agent. She's also an author. She has a great book. Y'all know me, I read like 5 books at a time, so I'm like halfway through her book. But one of the things that I sensed in the book, I sensed a whole lot more bravery than I did fear. Was that because of having a tremendous amount of faith? Was that having a great big circle around you? Was it feeling somewhat comfortable because you were able to get some money off of a policy? Maybe a little bit of all? I mean, I just sensed bravery throughout the book.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So it was a little bit of a combination of everything.
Okay.
So first and foremost, it was my faith. Because one thing that I knew is that God has promised me some things, that I have some gifts and some talents that I'm going to share with the world. And I know that promise has not been fulfilled yet.
Right.
So the very first thing that I knew is that this was not a death sentence because I had not fulfilled on the promises that God had made to me.
It was a test.
Yes. That was the first thing. I did have a nice, great, and I still do have a great circle of people around me who are supporting me. I have my parents, my family, my son, and a nice bunch of ladies from my church who are just everything and amazing. They
were the chicken soup for your soul.
They were, and they still are. Every chemo appointment that I went to, a different friend took me there, and they just cared for me and loved on me. Now, with the lump sum that I did receive from my insurance policy, I didn't receive it in the beginning right away.
Really?
Well, it was because I didn't know about it.
Oh,
So I wrote myself the policy, and you check all the boxes, and I think I knew, but I forgot. Lots
of people do that.
Yes, that wasn't actively what I was thinking about.
Right.
And so what ended up happening is I did have about 5 to 6 months of savings. So I lived that out. And then I was calling my different, companies and my bills, trying to see what I could do, because of course I wanted to keep my life insurance policy. And they told me about the accelerated death benefit rider, and so that was a nice surprise. I did
It's like winning the lottery.
It was like winning the lottery. So I did get a nice lump sum to help out with some of those finances. So
you
that
prepared
yes.
for protection.
Mm-hmm.
And while it was a surprise to you, and I've heard that many times, that people forget that they buy these top policies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the biggest mistake that the buying public makes. Number one, you quote 1 out of 8 women will get breast cancer.
Yes.
Right? That's a big number. When you literally think about how many women are just in this office we're in today, I know there's 8.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have the one, there could be another, because it just doesn't happen that one in that 8.
Absolutely.
Because like I shared with Patrice earlier, just in this last couple of weeks, I've had 7 women in my life be affected either by a cancer diagnosis or a cancer scare. Guys, I want to stop right here just for a minute, and we spoke about this earlier in the first video that we did. Self-examination
Yes.
is mandatory.
Yes.
I read in a book not too long ago that you do it every month on the day of your birthday. That way you don't forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not been as good at that, but because I had a cancer scare 5 or 6 years ago, self mammograms are a necessity for my peace of mind, because I've heard so many people say, I went for my mammogram, totally clear. And by the way, I have to get 4D now, or the 3D, depending on the mammography place. But I will tell you that once you've had a breast cancer scare, your insurance company will pay for the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
So ask for it. And make sure they do it. It makes your nerves a whole lot better.
Yes.
But the self-examination is the way. Every doctor will tell you that.
Gaylan, I found mine doing a self-breast exam. I was in the shower. How I started doing self-breast exams is at age 40, I just kind of made a promise to myself that, and I talk about it in my book,
Mm-hmm.
that I would do the self-breast exams.
Mm-hmm.
And so 3 years later, I was in the shower doing my monthly self-breast exam and found a lump. So self-breast exams are the way.
Yeah.
And since I've been talking about it and advocating, I found so many women who come to me and say, Patrice, I found mine the exact same way, or my husband found it. So doing self-breast exams, it's early detection, it is a must. Everybody can do a self-breast exam.
So she was 43. One of the things that I will encourage anybody to take a look at is how little money it costs under age 40 to get a cancer plan.
Yes.
I hear so many of the seniors via themselves, via agents, saying, I wish I would have known back then. I would have bought one because it was so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you can buy a $50,000 plan if you're under 30 for $26 a month.
$26 a month.
It's the best $26 you'll spend. And she made the comment, she's one of the few that had savings.
Mm-hmm.
So many people under age 40 do not have 6 months of income in the bank. Google that. Fact check me on that. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to encourage all of you. When we're in October, it's so many people have done such a great thing about breast cancer awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the other months, if you didn't know, every month is dedicated to a certain cancer. Y'all, that's 12 months a year that there's a different kind of cancer. And I will tell you, while prostate and colon are the most curable, men do not go get checked up like they should.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they end up a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just encourage all of you, talk to those women, talk to those men in your life. Make sure that they're getting the colonoscopies. They're getting the mammograms done, because cancer can be put in remission. But the thing that we're trying to get across to everybody, whether it's man, woman, or child, having that stress of not knowing how your mortgage is going to be paid, not knowing how your electric bill is going to be paid, that brings a level of stress that just hurts the healing process.
Yes.
It hurts the healing process. And one of the things that I tell people all the time is that my dad, I firmly believe, died of financial pressure, financial devastation, because he was the caretaker in our family. He was the one that provided. He was the one that we always counted on. So during October, what I want to encourage each and every one of you to do, check with us, check with Patrice. You know, obviously you can call our office here at SSB, but I am out on Facebook as Queen of the Bundle. I'm there to help agents create packages of protection for their clients. When their clients are protected, they refer you more. They take care of you because you took care of them. So again, wear pink this month for all those that you love and that are in your lives. And we just wish you a great, great day today. And thank you all for watching. We really do appreciate you. Have a great day.